Terror Tales. The Banshee's Warning. In a small village in the Irish countryside, there lived a family who were proud of their Irish heritage. They had heard stories of the Banshee, a supernatural creature who wailed when someone in the family was about to die. But they had never seen the Banshee themselves, and they did not believe in its existence. One day, the eldest daughter of the family fell ill. The family did all they could to save her, but her condition worsened by the day. They knew that they had to prepare for the worst. As the family sat by the bedside of their daughter, they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from outside. It was a wail that echoed through the village and made the hair on the back of their necks stand up. They knew what it was, the Banshee. The family tried to ignore the sound, believing that it was just a coincidence. But the wailing continued, growing louder and more persistent as the night wore on. It was as if the Banshee was waiting for the daughter to take her last breath. Suddenly, the wailing stopped. The family breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that the Banshee had left. But then they heard a scratching at the window. They looked outside, and there was the Banshee, its pale face pressed against the glass. The family tried to close the window, but the Banshee's supernatural strength kept it open. The creature's eyes glowed with a malevolent light, and its mouth twisted into a sneer. It was as if it was mocking the family, daring them to try and stop it. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the Banshee vanished. The family sat in stunned silence, not knowing what to do next. They knew that the Banshee's visit meant that their daughter was not long for this world. The next morning, the daughter passed away. The family mourned her loss, but they also knew that they had been warned. They had seen the Banshee, and they had heard its wail. They knew that the Banshee was real, and that it would return again when it was time for another member of the family to die. From that day forward, the family lived in fear of the Banshee's next visit, knowing that they could never escape their fate.